We have been anti-black all by ourselves. Latinos have been colorists all by themselves. Latinos have been racist all by themselves.
First person to teach me to check my racism was my dad.
I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if black people have some type of superpower? Like,
The white supremacy made the Latinos, Hispanic, the Mexican to believe that they are better than the black man.
You're not gonna notice racism until you start doing better than white people. Like, you're not gonna notice it. A lot of them are not gonna say nothing to you. A lot of them can tolerate black people now. Like, that's one thing that I've noticed. A lot of, like, they can tolerate black people just as long as you're in a position that's not like making them feel uncomfortable. Like, if you're like in a lower position, you have less money, you have less status or less education, then they feel very comfortable with you. They're not gonna say nothing to you. They're not even gonna bother with you. Like, by I mean tolerate is like, they can be cordial with you. They can say hello, greet you. Some of them might even be friends with you, but that's on the condition that you are not doing better than me at all. Like, I don't want you having more money than me. And if you do, they're gonna become friends with you and then try to get as much information about you to like sabotage your life in some way or some fashion. That's one thing that I've noticed. And it's not just white people. This thing is like with Hispanics, Asians, is just the world has this like, this particular outlook on how black people should be and where we belong in this social hierarchy and social realm.
Every time somebody asks the Hispanic community not to say the N-word, y'all get defensive, and start saying the N-word all throughout the comment section and things of that nature. But when somebody start talking about, calling, those people to get y'all removed, you know what I'm saying? Then it's all, you shouldn't say that. Two wrongs don't make a right. No, stop disrespecting black people. It's that fucking simple. I don't never see y'all getting mad and start yelling out saltine. I never seen it. I never see y'all get mad and yell an Asian slur. I never see y'all get mad and do anything other than yell the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all like to throw, I'm Afro-Latino. Bitch, no, you're not. You just saying F black people. Baby, you know what I'm saying? I seen the videos where the lady in the Dominican Republic was trying to get her baby a black doll and the mama threw it on the floor and handed her a white doll. We know how y'all parents think. You know what I'm saying? So, no, y'all need to cut the crap.
Latinos have never needed Black Americans to force their racial biases on us. We have our own. We have been anti-Black all by ourselves. Latinos have been colorists all by themselves. Latinos have been racist all by themselves, way before they come to America, way before they ever have contact with Black Americans. You know what the difference is? Normalized forms of racism, colorism, and anti-Blackness. What's normal amongst people in our culture, what's hush-hush, what's swept under the rug or not dealt with or just accepted, doesn't fly with Black Americans. And you just don't like the fact that a Black American will call you out on it. Because it's not normal. And it shouldn't be accepted. And it shouldn't be okay. So when you have people in your own community letting you know that they've been hurt or traumatized or discriminated by people in our own community, family members even, you need to listen. You need to listen instead of deflecting, because this comment right here is a total and complete cop-out. It's straight up deflection, and it is a bold-faced lie. Our racial biases, they start back home. They start in our own countries, in our own islands. We just bring it here with us. You just don't like the boldness of how Black Americans deal with racism. Normalized anti-Blackness is not a value. Normalized colorism is not a value. Sweeping things under the rug and not talking about them, that's not a cultural value. It's not. Yet it's something that you seek to covet and put above Black Americans. You need to stop pitting Latinos against Black Americans and recognize that the root cause of all of the issues we have across all of our communities is white supremacy. Recognize how white supremacy has operated in your own life and how it has afforded you white privilege as a white presenting Latino and given you a life experience that more Black presenting Latinos cannot identify with. And stop propagating the lie and the myth that we don't care about race and there's no racism amongst us, because if that were the case, we would not be having this discussion.
So I've seen a lot of discourse online about the Hispanic and Latino community and about this Houston cop, Ashley Gonzalez. First of all, a trash human being. But the Black community coming out and calling out the Hispanic and Mexicans for being racist, they're absolutely right. Some of the first people that I saw in my life that were racist were Mexican people, were my own family members as a child. And as a child, I couldn't understand why we as Mexicans would hate somebody that was only a few shades darker than us. Like, that never made sense to me. So growing up, I was like, y'all talk about racism against white people, because obviously we experienced racism growing up. But then to turn around and do it against the same community who is fighting against racism, that never made sense to me. But I will say, though, the first person to teach me to check my racism was my dad. And, growing up, I never thought like that. I wasn't a racist person to where I didn't like somebody because of their skin tone. But one conversation I had with my dad really put things in perspective of how I thought. We were talking about actors, and he was talking about Will Smith, and I was telling him how he's one of my favorite Black actors. And he just looked at me and was like, why does he have to be your favorite Black actor? And I was like 12 when this conversation happened, so I was like, I don't know, he's like, no, like, think about it, why would you say that? And I didn't know, like, I don't know why I said that, it came out like that. He's like, he could just be a great actor, you don't have to categorize him because he's Black, he's just a good actor. So as much as there is racism everywhere in all skin tones, skin types, families, the important thing is checking it. And people have gotten so comfortable with their racism lately, it really sickens me. I don't play that shit. I don't think it's funny. I don't do the jokes. I don't do the TT, haha. It's done. There's no need for us to keep on doing this. It's so old. It's so fucking tired. We are in the year whatever to still be worrying about each other's skin tones and still having these race wars being waged against each other instead of looking at who's pulling the strings. But to the Black community, I don't know what the obsession is with y'all. I'm sorry that y'all can't seem to get a break because the fuck. I understand the racism that I have to deal with just being Mexican and, intersectionality and all the crap that we have to deal with growing up, and the fact that the Mexican community and the Latino community would rather tie themselves with, tokenize themselves, they get spent. And we've seen that. We're seeing that in the news. We're seeing that they try to align themselves with whiteness for power, and it's biting them in the butt, unfortunately. But the Black community has removed themselves from a lot of things. They've removed themselves from politics. They removed themselves from just being a part of the conversation, yet people keep bringing them back into it. I'm sure they're tired. I'd be exhausted too.
I don't mean to say this to be disrespectful, and maybe some people are going to think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Just the things that happened during slavery alone, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about Black history and the ways that, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the Black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, I have this theory that, what if Black people have some type of superpower? What if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe you know, like I said, these people, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to like get rid of them, blah blah blah. I don't know. I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about, that is linked to them being people of color, you know. And I've seen some black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties, but I don't know. I just feel like I feel like this. I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize. Because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it. I don't know, but like, I don't know. Maybe this sounds dumb, like, or maybe this is like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But you know, it's just something I was thinking about.
The Latinos, Hispanic, Mexican, according to me, they suffer something called internalized racism. This is whereby even back in the days, they were specified according to their skin tone. Someone who was lighter was labeled as superior. Someone who was darker was labeled as less superior. And when the whites went to their countries, they colonized their ancestors. They brought them in the States as slaves to work in the farms. The whites had the idea of ranking people according to races, not according to the powers they have. They believed the whites were superior. They went ahead and had a lot of the white supremacy. Let me use that word. White supremacy was labeled as more superior than any other race. So there was white supremacy, whereby the label contained the whites. Number two, we had the Asians, the Mexican, the Latina, the Hispanics. Number three, we had the Indians. And number four, we had the African American. Just because of the color, remember that. It's not because of the manpower or anything you could do. And all that along, the Latinas, Hispanic have always believed in their head, just because they have a lighter skin, they are more superior than the black people. And that's why they tend to believe that they are more closer to the white supremacy, of which that is not the case. You cannot be white. You are not white. You are just brown. And I don't see why you should be collaborating with your colonizer, someone who came in your country, someone who came and colonized your ancestors, maybe picked a few things, maybe minerals from your country and everything, and brought your ancestors to the state just to come and work for free. Yeah, for free in the farms. And now you believe you are more closer, you are friendly than you are more closer to the white supremacy than the black. No. That is just like collaborating with your colonizer, someone who hurt your ancestors, someone who has been doing the worst for you. You are now coming together and thinking that now it's the right time for us to be friends and just oppress the black community or the black people. That should not happen. That should not be happening. What you should do is you should be coming together with the black people, because their ancestors were taken illegally from the countries, and here your ancestors were taken from their countries, and come together and work together as a community just to promote peace and stop the thing of you are more superior, he is less superior, and everything. You are collaborating with your colonizers. What are you gaining? What are you gaining at the end of the day for collaborating with your ancestors? Drop your thoughts down below. The one thing that you should know is for any black person to succeed, they should work 3 times harder than the white person. Yeah. And if you see a black man succeeding, there's a lot of people obsessed with his success. The Latinos, the Hispanics, the white people, and most of them will just be moving around and monitoring what the black person is doing just to come and destroy his empire. The black people have fought a lot for this country. They have helped a lot building this country, and what they have been going through should be the least thing. They should not be going through what they have been going through in this country. And because now at least they are calling out anything they find negative in the society, I believe they are rising again. And very soon, and I mean very soon, we shall see the success of the black people in the States. Last message to any Latina who is watching this. You can't be white, you'll never be white, and you have never been white. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Drop your thoughts down below. Like the video. Credit belongs to the creators of these short videos. Thank you for watching.